All right, we are live now. Whoops. Okay, folks, good morning. This is Gary Rossignol, Cincinnati's rock and roll realtor, and I have with me a friend, a dear friend of mine. Her name is Freda Allen. Say hi, Freda.
Good morning.
Hey, we got people already looking on. So we are going to be on momentarily. We're going to tell you all about legal insurance. If you don't have it already, you need it. So you stay with us. We're going to tell you all about it. We're going to tell you the benefits. We're going to tell you how inexpensive it can be, less than $1 a day. And you can have an attorney on retainer 24 hours a day. There's phone apps, smartphone apps. There's a lot of things that you need to know if you're a truck driver, if you have conceal and carry, if you're a college student, if you have college students, if you have kids, if you have a family, you need this service. This is the most fantastic thing on earth. If you haven't heard about it, stay with us. We're going to tell you all about it. It's the greatest thing, like I said, since sliced bread. Miles, good morning. Thanks for staying with us. We'll talk to you in just a little bit. I'm going to plug into the studio feed, and we'll be kicking things off live in just a moment.
Ohio, it's 1480 WDJO, Cincinnati.
ABC News Now, I'm Mona Rivera. The government says nearly 500 children who were separated from their parents at the border have been or will soon be reunited with those parents. Meanwhile, ABC's Marcus Moore in McAllen, Texas, says families crossing the border are now being allowed to stay together.
A busload of young mothers arriving at the Central Station in McAllen, Texas. Their sons, daughters in their arms, ankle monitors wrapped around their legs. This morning, they are among the immigrant families together after being detained for crossing the border illegally.
The government is reported to have a plan to build tent cities at U.S. military facilities to house tens of thousands of immigrants. The facilities being looked at are in Arizona, California, and Alabama. President Trump, who 10 days ago tweeted there is no longer a nuclear threat from North Korea, has signed an executive order reauthorizing economic sanctions against North Korea, saying there is still an extraordinary threat. This is ABC News.
Mostly cloudy skies for today and humid with a shower or thunderstorm around, looking at a high of 79 this afternoon. Partly cloudy tonight, low 65, then closing out the weekend tomorrow with clouds and sunshine and a shower or thunderstorm around as well. Ending the weekend with a high of 84 tomorrow afternoon. A nice day dry on Monday with clouds and sunshine, looking at a high of 85. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Courtney Spamer on Cincinnati's Oldies Network, WDJO.
The following is a paid program. Its views and opinions are not necessarily those of this station or its management.
Good morning, and welcome to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour starring Gary Rossignol of RE/MAX Preferred Group. To be part of the program, dial 513-563-1480 to get your answers to questions about your home and property. That number again, 513-563-1480. Now, here's Gary.
Hey, happy summer festival time, ladies and gentlemen. I really look forward to Saturday mornings because I enjoy talking to you about real estate and music, as well as life in greater Cincinnati. I enjoy bringing you entertaining guests each week, and today I have a friend with me. She's a fellow realtor with Comey & Shepard and a member of Clayton and Angel Hicks Venture H7, and she's here in a different capacity, and I'll let her tell you. Her name is Freda Allen. Hey, Freda.
Hello.
Oh, you're getting a standing ovation already.
Good morning, everyone.
All right.
Yes, I'm with LegalShield.
Yes, you are, and we're going to talk all about that. First, we want to give our listening audience the opportunity to win a $5 gift card to Starbucks, our favorite coffee joint. So take this number down, ladies and gentlemen, and you folks on Facebook, you can participate too. The phone number is 513-563-1480. That's 513-563-1480. And the question is, Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass had many hits back in the 60s. Name your favorite Herb Alpert song. And if you don't have a favorite one, just name one. Any Herb Alpert and Tijuana Brass song, they had a whole bunch of them. What a great different concept in music they introduced back in the 60s. Very talented musicians, and they had a bunch of hits. They had a very iconic album, which we're not. We'll give it away if I tell you all about it. Anyhow, 513-563-1480. Name your favorite or name a Herb Alpert and Tijuana Brass song. Dan will take your name and all your information, and we'll send you a $5 gift card to Starbucks just for calling us up. So, Freda Allen, your phone number is 513-967-9100.
That's correct.
That's how to get her. You want to write that number down because you are going to want to call her this week and sign up for LegalShield and IDSHIELD.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to tell you all about what LegalShield and IDSHIELD is. What is it?
Well, LegalShield allows you to be able to talk to an attorney in any state, 50 states, and 4 provinces of Canada. 4 provinces of Canada. And it's a great service that you can talk to about any legal issue. No matter what it is, you're going to have access to an attorney, not just an attorney, but a law firm. So that's the value of it, and it's very affordable.
Very affordable.
Yes.
I've had LegalShield service back when it was called prepaid legal.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's much better now than prepaid legal.
Oh yeah, they've got all kinds of services and stuff, and it's a lot easier to use as well. But what LegalShield does for you, you have an attorney on retainer 24 hours a day,
mm-hmm.
basically, for any. I usually call them at least once a week. I mean, in real estate, and you're in real estate,
mm-hmm.
they have a real estate package just
mm-hmm.
for us,
mm-hmm.
and you have a question. You know, you don't want to pay an attorney $25, $50, $100 for a phone call. You
mm-hmm.
call them up, you give them your ID number. Within a couple of hours, an attorney calls you, and you have told them about your question, and they will answer your question.
Yes, they have to give you a call back within 8 business hours. So that's a fast turnaround.
That
so
is.
Depending on what time you call, they probably call you back the same day that you called.
They always do.
Yes.
Yeah, they always do. And the question could be about anything,
mm-hmm.
and you can call 10 times a day.
Exactly. So sometimes you just want advice. Sometimes you just want to know if a person's taking advantage of you,
mm-hmm.
or what can you do in this type of situation.
You're going to sign a lease.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to sign a lease either as a landlord or a tenant.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to buy a car, and you want to know about the contract, or you're going to lease a car.
Mm-hmm.
Anything
right.
at all. Your neighbor complains about something, and you go, well, am I right or am I wrong?
Right.
You know, what do I need to do? And
mm-hmm.
you call them up, and they'll give you an answer.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. So
that's
it could be anything such as a guarantee. You just don't know what the policy of somebody else's guarantee, you know. So,
yeah.
And the most important thing that I like about LegalShield is that you can update your will every year with no additional cost.
Yeah.
So everybody needs that.
Yeah. Your living will, your regular will. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We're right in the middle of doing that ourselves as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
I had a situation where I had a service, and the service wasn't what it was supposed to be. So I canceled them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they sent me this big, large bill. And I called my LegalShield attorney, and I called the service company, and I says, I'm not going to talk to you about it. I'm going to have my attorney talk to you about it. Guess what? Within minutes, my attorney didn't even have to call him. No. Didn't have to write a letter.
Mm-hmm.
The company manager called me up and says, we're refunding you all your money.
That's power.
Just saying, my attorney is going to handle this for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get in the middle of this.
Right.
They don't want to get into a lawsuit. They don't want to get in it. So they refunded my money, and rightfully so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So one thing, Freda, and I'll just tell my listening audience, I have a heavy foot sometimes.
We all do.
I find LegalShield to be very, very helpful. About every 2-3 years, I get pulled over by one of our city's finest,
Mm-hmm.
And they go, Mr. Rossignol, you know why we pulled you over? And I'll give them a big old smile and say, let me guess. They said, well, do you know what the speed limit is? Let me guess, it's 45. He says, do you know what you were doing? Well, not really. He says you were doing 60. Ooh.
Yeah.
Now, that could be a couple of points.
Oh, yes.
Plus court costs.
Yes.
Plus attorney fees.
Yes.
That could range in the $400 or $500, and your insurance goes up. Guess what?
Yes.
I call LegalShield.
Yes.
Within 8 hours, within a couple hours, they call me. They say, send the traffic citation up to us. Then what do?
They will go to court for you. They'll represent you. And most likely you will not have any points on your license, and your insurance will not go up.
Exactly.
So now they have an app on your phone to where you can tap the app, take a picture of that ticket, and they immediately will the attorney will contact you depending on what state you stay in. You are in, and they will take care of that situation, go to court for you.
Wow. That's been a
So
big
that pays for itself.
Yes, it has. It has. I have not had any points on my record, and I've had, in the past 6-7 years, a couple of speeding tickets. We won't admit that. We got Beth on the phone. You'll need your headphones on. Good morning, Beth. You're with Freda and Gary on the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour. Thanks for calling.
Good morning.
Oh, sure. Hi, how are you all?
We're doing fantastic.
Oh, good. I heard in your conversation you were talking about your experience with the law and your speeding tickets. I've had the same experience, and that's kind of why I was calling, just to try to give some insight on how it went for me as well. I did have an instance at a time. Well, first off, is it okay if I go ahead and tell you a little bit about that?
You got about 2 minutes, Beth.
Okay, great. Okay, I will be really quick. Bottom line is, I had a stop I was stopped in one of the local areas, and the police officer also did the same thing to me, asked me if I knew why I was stopped. I went on and said, at that time I wasn't sure. But anyway, long story short, I had LegalShield at the time. After they gave me the ticket, I called LegalShield and spoke with an attorney who gave me advice on how to handle the situation, and I ended up not even having to go to court. We contacted the county clerk or the area clerk for the city, and they put me in touch with the person who was the prosecutor, I guess it was, and they said that, okay, just as long as you pay your license, because my license plate had expired, and I didn't realize it. I didn't pay any attention to it, I should say. It was like a day or two after my birthday. They said just go ahead and get your license updated and show us evidence of that being done, and they will just dismiss it. And that's exactly what happened. Had I not had LegalShield and not had the opportunity to call and ask about that, I would not have known. I would have just shown up to court and then been charged the court fees and all those costs associated with that. So, and having LegalShield at that time, it was very helpful for me.
That's great, yeah. Great testimonial, Beth. Thank you very much. That was great. That was very good. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You guys have a great day.
You keep on listening to us.
Will do.
All right. Bye, Beth. There you go. And I was just thinking about it. What if you have an accident? Whether you're at fault or not, somebody gets injured.
Yes.
Your auto insurance doesn't cover all those costs.
No.
Auto insurance is a must. You must have it. It takes care of the damages, but what about all the hospital bills if someone gets injured? And LegalShield covers all of that for you too, as well. Any moving violation. So that's a huge benefit to have. If you have health insurance, auto, home insurance, life insurance, why not have legal insurance?
Exactly. You never know when something's going to happen.
You don't.
So it's better to have something that can protect you and your family.
Right. Do you have any veterans in your family?
I do. My husband is a veteran.
That's right. He is. He is. His name is?
James Allen.
And he was in what?
He was in the Army.
Army?
He's a retired captain in the Army.
All right. James, thank you very much. I'd also like to express my gratitude To all our troops, veterans, and first responders, these are the men and women who selflessly strive to keep our nation and city streets safe and free. You tell James from me, I said, thank you very much for his service. If you're out and about and you see somebody in uniform, give them the thank you sign from afar. Go up and shake their hand. Pick up their tab if you're in a restaurant. Let them know that we thank them. We love them for everything that they do to grant us the freedoms that we enjoy here in the United States of America. We do need to go away for our first break. When we return, a moment with Miles and more information about LegalShield and IDSHIELD. You won't want to miss it. So stay tuned. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO 99.5 FM, 107.9 FM, and 1480 AM.
Houses are rocking, don't bother knocking. Yeah, the houses are rocking, don't you bother, come on in.
What if instead of shelling out hefty fees for a few days of legal help, you paid a monthly membership and got a law firm for life?
Ken's watching.
Full-service legal and identity theft coverage. LegalShield offers
Ashley. Clayton's watching. Hey, Clayton. Steve, I guess you must be a cousin. Your last name's Rossignol. Cindy's watching. I don't know who Steve Rossignol is, but he's got to be a cousin. Bring them on camera. I don't know what that means. Huh. We've got Troy.
Gary, you might want to announce your trivia question again.
Okay.
The winner we had is a comment winner.
Oh, okay.
We have a gentleman that calls every once in a while.
Another cousin, Ray Rossignol. He's watching. Phil Moracle. He is the president of the Cincinnati Area Board of Realtors. You know Phil. Yeah, he's watching. He watches every week. Thanks, Phil. Oh my gosh. Lance and Miles. Miles will be up this minute. Nina Thorpe. Jane from Remax is on. Dave Myers. Oh my gosh, we got tons of people watching. I want to plug you back in the studio feed. We're going to have more fun stuff. Stay tuned.
North College Hill Bakery has been providing the highest quality baked goods for Cincinnati for over 80 years. On Galbraith Road, just west of Hamilton Avenue.
Dirty carpets don't keep a schedule. You do. That's why the Home Depot has the Hoover Power Scrub Elite Pet Plus Carpet Cleaner for just $148, over $40 off. Its quick clean mode with heat force helps cut drying time to less than 45 minutes. If you have a schedule to keep, you don't want to sit around waiting on a wet carpet. The Hoover Power Scrub Elite, just $148, only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only while supplies last. See store for details, valid through July 11th.
The 11th Annual Queen City Mustangers Mustang and All Ford Show, plus a Mustang 2 reunion takes place Saturday, June 30th at Lakota West High School on Union Center Boulevard in Westchester. John Clore with Ford Performance will be attending and doing a presentation about the future of the Mustang. Registration is 9 till noon, awards at 4, featuring over 22 judge classes. Dash plaques and goodie bags for the first 100 participants to register. Car show proceeds benefit the Animal Friends Humane Society, Heroes Fund for Veterans, and Reach Out Lakota's Food Pantry. And don't miss the craft show. Music, food, plus more than 20 vendors. The Queen City Mustangers Car Show is sponsored by Beachmont Ford and State Farm. For more info, visit queencitymustangers.org and like the Queen City Mustangers on Facebook at the Queen City Mustangers. Don't miss the 11th Annual Queen City Mustangers Mustang and All Ford Show, taking place Saturday, June 30th at Lakota West High School on Union Center Boulevard in Westchester.
Get on. Let's rock the house.
Hey, we are rocking and rolling this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you touch that dial. You stay right with us, and thank you, Facebook, for tuning in with us this morning, too. My name's Gary Rossignol with Remax Preferred Group, better known as Cincinnati's Rock and Roll Realtor, and I have with me Freda Allen with LegalShield. We'll talk to her in just a moment, but first,
so I'm sailing for tomorrow.
Will Crosby, Stills, and Nash and Young. This is Miles' favorite song because he is the captain of our ship. And this is what we've been waiting for, the moment with Miles. Good morning, Miles.
Hey, Gary, rock and roll, my friend. This morning's trivia question is, in how many states is Remax Preferred Group licensed to sell real estate? Send your answer to Gary at GaryRossignol.com. Gary, often on the show, we mention the fact that we are realtors. In these times, in the state of the industry, I cannot stress enough the advantage of working with a realtor. The wealth of information that is available to a realtor is inexhaustive. When the market is changing, realtors and the National Association of Realtors are compiling information, statistics, and trends. This information is almost instantaneously made available to the membership. Realtors offer objective information and informed opinions about local market and conditions and community issues.
Yeah, that's true.
Realtors have access to the latest in technology, best practices in communication and education, online courses, intensive classroom training, and guest speaker seminars. The continuing education is comprehensive and continuously changing. Not only are we a national association, we are a very active local organization, drilling down to state, regional, and the local realtor boards. Another important reason to use a realtor is that most of the brokerages have the resources of a local and accessible broker, experienced managers and administrators to guide and assist the agents with their day-to-day activities, track their ever-increasing documentation, and provide legal resources for the transaction. It is very important to have a broker that is knowledgeable and involved in the local associations. And that's this morning's Moment with Miles.
Good stuff, Miles. Thank you very much. And thank you for standing up and explaining just a little bit of what we do as realtors. It is an exhaustive matter to be a realtor. We need to stay on top of our continuing ed and just to come on the radio and talk about real estate. You got to be very, very knowledgeable of what you're doing. And I pride myself, I pride my brokers for seeing that. And you have a very, very intensive brokers as well at Comey and Shepherd and me at RE/MAX Preferred Group. They make sure that we stay on top of our knowledge.
Yes.
So thank you very much. Later on, we're going to have a short visit with Rhea Davison of the Dragonfly Foundation. We have a lot of regular listeners each week, and I'm happy and grateful for each and every one of you. Keep telling your friends to tune in and like us on Facebook. Facebook, like us. Click We Love You if you can. Next week, I have a great show lined up. I've got Cindy and John Cordell of Inspections Plus. Husband and wife going to be right in your seat. Well, 2 seats, unless she wants to sit on his lap, and that's fine with me. But I have with me this morning Freda Allen. She's with LegalShield. Her number is 513-967-9100. Write that number down. You don't want to not call her this week. You do want to call her this week. She can set you up with LegalShield, IDSHIELD. What exactly is? We talked about LegalShield last segment. What's the IDSHIELD about?
The IDSHIELD allows to protect your media, your personal information, such as your credit cards and your medical card and your Social Security card. One new thing that they have about IDSHIELD now is that people understand that if you lose your store cards like Kohl's or Macy's, if you lose that, let's say you go shopping and if you drop that card on the ground, somebody can pick that card up and go back into the store and just, run it up. Well, with IDSHIELD, it protects you with that as well because your ID is not on those cards, and they know that. Okay. So you want to get protection there as well as media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, all of those places that we go to all the time. You want to get protected there as well. So it protects your whole information that you want to protect.
First of all, you want to practice safe internet presence. You never want to send your Social Security number, your credit card numbers, your bank accounts or routing numbers in any kind of unsecured email of any sort. So you need to be very careful about that. But if you were to get hacked, sometimes, we got smartphones, we got these things hooked up to the internet right now, and hackers know how to get around all that and get into this, your cell phone. My iPad, which you're watching us on right now, they could be hacking in on that and grab all my information.
Exactly. Exactly. And they just don't tell you that you've been hacked or your identity has been stolen. They're actually going to fix it, and that's a great part of IDSHIELD.
Okay.
Restoration is very important. They have private investigators that will come and fix your information if it does get hacked.
Okay. So we talked about LegalShield last segment, which covers you for automobile accidents, speeding tickets, the little fender benders or whatever, or any moving violation that you might be charged. And we talked about, questions or having contracts and things looked over by an attorney. And now we talked about IDSHIELD. What does a package of LegalShield and IDSHIELD? It's got to cost a bundle of money.
Well, both of them together.
I like that little. Do that again.
Both of them together is only $50.
$50.
Yes,
a week.
A month.
A month.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
A month, and it covers not just you but your whole family.
Oh.
So it's pennies pretty much to cover your whole family. You never know when things going to happen. It's not when. It's not if it's going to happen. It's when.
Mm-hmm.
And it's $24.95 for the legal plan, and it's $24.95 for the identity theft plan for a family. So together about $50 to be able to cover both of them.
So now it covers my wife. And if I have any children up to what age?
26 years of age, as long as they're still in college.
Okay.
And that's on the legal plan.
Okay.
But the identity theft plan, it only covers up to 18 years of age.
Okay.
Okay. And then
it's time that they get their own.
Exactly. And if they get their own and they don't have individually and don't have any kids, it's only $9.95.
Oh, okay.
So.
Wow. So for $25 and $9.95, a single person could have
$34.90.
The whole package.
$34.90
per month.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what would an attorney on retainer cost a month?
Oh, well, I do know they charge for a consultation is about $300 to $400 just to have a consultation. It might not even take your case, but you still have to pay that $300 to $400 consultation.
Wow.
So it can be very expensive. Some retainers are like $1,000 retainer fee, and they go through it so quickly. They ask for another $1,000 retainer fee.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's better to have a protection to where you can pay something monthly just in case something happens.
Right.
$24.95, you pay that when you go out to dinner with your family, and poof, it's gone. But this does not just cover you and your wife's meal; it covers your whole family's meal.
And if you've got, we have a caller online. Okay, put your headphones on. We've got Robert, and Robert has a question for us. Good morning, Robert. Thanks for calling in.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Good.
I had a question for you. Now, you said the LegalShield, it covers your whole family?
Mm-hmm.
So would it cover, like, say, my grandmother, elderly, if she lived with us? Would she be covered too?
Good question.
That is a good question. She will be covered with you as long as she's living in your household.
Okay, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
So grandma's covered. All right. Wow.
You taking care of her, and she's part of your a dependent. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Good question. Great.
And it also covers if you're not married. So if you're not married to someone and y'all live together, or that's your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever, that's covers also. You don't necessarily have to be married. It's just your significant other.
Okay.
Okay.
Good deal.
That's great.
Yeah. Good question,
Great.
Robert. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. That was very helpful.
Thanks for tuning in, Robert.
Oh, no problem. Thank you, guys.
Okay. All
Have
right.
a great day.
Yeah. You too. Bye-bye. That was a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, all right. We do need to go away for our next break. Don't touch that dial. Stay tuned after these messages for today's music trivia and info on making a good first. No, not that. If you have a question, call us at 513-563-1480. We'll be back in a moment. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO 995 FM, 107.9 FM, and 1480 AM.
Don't you bother, come on in.
Why rent when you can own with no money down? If you're looking to become a first-time homeowner in the Cincinnati or Northern Kentucky areas, or heck, even if you haven't owned a home in the past 3 years and are now looking to buy, you may be eligible to receive up to $15,000 in homeowners assistance towards closing costs, pre-closing expenses, or even your whole down payment. That's right, you can own your own home with no money down. Find out if you qualify. Call Gary at 513-777-2402. That's Gary at 513-777-2402.
Okay, folks, thanks for staying with us. We got more people jumping on. We got David, Robert, we've got Bill. Hey, Bill, thanks for calling me yesterday. Appreciate that. Louis Sizemore. I'm going to show you guys right outside my window. That's the 7th Street exit going downtown. They're lining up for a parade. So you saw it first right here on the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour. That's right outside our window at our Palacious Studios at WDJO Radio. So if you're coming downtown this morning, you might see a parade. How about that? Anyhow, so I don't know what parade that is. Oh, there's my producer, Dan. Say hi, Dan.
Hey, good morning.
He's the guy that makes everything happen in here. Without Dan, we would be floating in the wind. So, and I often say this, but I think we should call his boss and say, hey, you know what? He does such a great job. He needs a raise. It's time to give Dan a raise. All right, I'm going to plug you back in the studio feed. We're going to go into our third segment, more good stuff with Freda and Harry.
Are you in a dead-end job, feeling like a hamster in a wheel 8 hours a day, tired of seasonal jobs? Whatever your career needs, you need BellFlex. BellFlex has been providing workforce solutions that help people, organizations, and communities succeed. On June 23rd, it's Jobapalooza, presented by BellFlex in Florence. Meet the team and learn about open opportunities. While you're there, enjoy music, food, and giveaways. Jobapalooza presented by BellFlex. Our passion is succeeding together. Saturday, June 23rd, starting at 11 at 7842 Connector Drive in Florence. Visit bellflex.com.
The 4 for $4 from Wendy's has a lot of fans because it's a deal that gives you a sandwich plus 4 nuggets, a small fry, and drink, all for just $4. But now the 4 for $4 has more variety than ever with 8 sandwich choices.
I'm loyal to the double stack.
I'm Junior Bacon Cheeseburger through and through.
I pledge myself to the crispy chicken sandwich.
I'm loyal to my hunger. Whether you're loyal to one sandwich or all 8, the Wendy's 4 for $4 has a sandwich for you. So try them all and pick your favorite. Now that's deliciously different.
At participating Wendy's for a limited time. Offer not valid in Alaska and Hawaii.
Steely Dan and the Doobie Brothers together live in concert. The Summer of Living Dangerously Tour, Riverbend Music Center, June 27th. City Card members get access to preferred tickets. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. For more, check SteelyDanOfficial.com and TheDoobieBrothers.com.
Mostly cloudy skies for today and humid with a shower or thunderstorm around, looking at a high of 79 this afternoon. Partly cloudy tonight, low 65, then closing out the weekend tomorrow with clouds and sunshine and a shower or thunderstorm around as well. Ending the weekend with a high of 84 tomorrow afternoon. A nice day, dry on Monday with clouds and sunshine, looking at a high of 85. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Courtney Spamer on Cincinnati's Oldies Network, WDJO.
All right, we're going to have some fun with my music trivia, and here's what's happened on this day back in 1963. 13-year-old Stevie Wonder first entered the U.S. singles chart as Little Stevie Wonder with Fingertips Part 1 and 2. Fingertips, which featured a young Marvin Gaye on drums, was the first live, non-studio recording to reach number 1 on the Billboard Pop Singles chart in the United States since Johnny Stanley's 1952 comic monologue, It's in the Book. And on this day in 1966, the Beatles had their 10th consecutive number 1 single with Paperback Writer. The track is marked by the boosted bass guitar sound throughout. partly in response to John Lennon demanding to know why the bass on a certain Wilson Pickett record far exceeded the bass on any Beatles records. It was also cut louder than any other Beatle record due to a new piece of equipment used in the mastering process. And today in 1968, Herb Alpert started a 4-week run at number 1 on the U.S. singles chart with This Guy's in Love with You, his first number 1 plus first number 1 for A&M label and the Writers' Bacharach and David's first chart topper. It was also a number 3 hit in the UK. Today in 1970, Led Zeppelin appeared at the Lagershall Hall in Reykjavik, Iceland, on the group's one and only visit to Iceland. It is suggested that Robert Plant was inspired to write the lyrics to Immigrant Song during this trip. And today in 1971, Joni Mitchell released her 4th studio album, Blue. The album is now generally regarded as music critics as one of the greatest albums of all time, and in July in 2017, Blue was chosen by NPR as the greatest album of all time made by a woman. And today in 1973, George Harrison started a 5-week run at number 1 on the U.S. album chart with Living in the Material World, his second U.S. number 1. His 3rd studio solo album was the follow-up to 1970's acclaimed All Things Must Pass and his massive charity project, the Concert for Bangladesh. And today in 1990, Buddy Holly's Gibson acoustic guitar sold for, get this, $237,419 in a Sotheby's auction. The guitar was in a tooled leather case made by Holly himself. And today in 2004, Bob Dylan was awarded an honorary degree by the University of St. Andrews, Scotland's oldest university, and he was made Doctor of Music. And born on this day back in 1929, American singer, songwriter, actress June Carter Cash, wife of Johnny Cash. Had hits with Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire, Jackson, If I Were a Carpenter, and won 5 Grammy Awards and was inducted into the Christian Music Hall of Fame in 2009. God bless her heart, she died on 15th day of May in 2003 at the ripe old age of 73. So I hope you enjoyed these fun facts about music history as I enjoyed researching it and delivering it to you this morning. All right, there you go. Fun stuff, huh?
Yes.
Did not know that about the Immigrant Song. How about that? We do have a winner. Marcellus, you win a lot. All right. Well, we're going to send you another $5 gift card to Starbucks. And let's see, his favorite song was This Guy's in Love with You. You're right on target. Thanks for tuning in, Marcellus. I appreciate that. All right. I'm called the Rock and Roll Realtor because I play with the greatest classic rock band, Bluestone Ivory. You can hear us live tonight at Luau at Strikes Columbia Lanes in Hamilton. We go on stage at 8 o'clock and play till midnight. So come out to Hamilton at Strikes Lanes. That is on Pyramid Hill Boulevard. It's supposed to be a fun place. Our first time there. Come out and cheer us on. Last night we had a huge crowd at Coney Island, Moonlight Gardens. The weather was perfect. And on July the 3rd, we're going to be at Harbin Park in Fairfield from 8 to 10. And then the 4th of July fireworks take off like a blast right after our performance. So we'll hope to see you out for that. And that's a free show. Tonight cover charge is $5, but that's a mere pittance. Go to bluestoneIvory.com for our full schedule. We're always available for your company party, wedding receptions, or community parties. Thanks for staying with us. You're not regretted. I have Freda Allen with LegalShield, 513-967-9100. We talked about LegalShield. We talked about identity theft, Identity Shield, ID Shield they call it.
Yes.
It's $1.20 20 cents a day to have the package deal.
Yes.
Have an attorney on retainer 24 hours a day. And the way that works is they have special apps for your phone now.
Yes.
I don't have that yet.
You need to download that.
I should.
Like today.
I will.
They have an app for the legal plan, and they have an app for the IDSHIELD.
Okay.
plan.
So I just go to my Play Store. And
Play Store, if you on an Android
Mhm.
or you're on an Apple, go to the Apple Store
Mhm.
and just type in LegalShield, and both of those apps will come up.
just put my membership number in.
No, it just type in your username and your
Oh.
password. You should have a username and password
Okay.
if you're a member, and just type that in, and then you have access to those apps.
Okay.
And it's so convenient because you don't have to look for your number anymore. Just pull out your phone, tap your app, and you have access.
Wow, that's pretty cool. And so for college kids in school,
Oh, it's a no-brainer for
what are some of the
parents.
benefits for that?
Well, we have a saying, worry less, live more.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you have children that is going to school out of state, they have somebody else that they can talk to that's going to be able to help them out in their legal issues, and they will get in trouble. It's just when.
Uh-oh.
But do you have that ability to download their app on their phone as well? So they have the same access as you have, but they under your plan.
Yeah.
No additional cost. So if something happens while they're out of state, they be able to talk to an attorney, and an attorney will be able to advise them and help them the
Now,
same
if
way they
you're-
can help you.
Yeah, if you're an entrepreneur, and I believe in multiple streams of income, and you
Mhm.
want to start a nice little sideline business
Mhm.
and make a little money at this, if you have friends and relatives who you think, hey, Uncle Joe or Aunt Betty or my best friend Rick and Beth, they should have this. And they say, how can I get this? They could set themselves up in their own business.
Yes.
And get a little check from LegalShield every month.
Every month, as long as
How
they
does that
sell a
happen?
plan.
How do they do that?
Well, it's only cost $99 to start your own business with LegalShield, and you become an associate, and you own your own business. You work it when you want to work it, and on your own time. And as you sell a membership, you get paid the next day. So if you sell a membership today, you get paid the next day, and that's extra income. Who doesn't need extra income?
Well, everybody does.
So that's just a little, and the more you make as much as you want to make. You want to make a lot of money? It depends on you because you control your own business. So it's very affordable to be able to do that. $99 to own your own business. How often can you do that?
Go to your church group, go to your school groups, if you head up a Boy Scout or a Girl Scout group or softball teams or whatever, have some cards made up and pass it out and say, hey,
It's
call
all
me
about
and we'll
networking.
set you up.
Yeah, it's all about networking.
Wow, that's great.
Mhm.
Now I'm intrigued at so that's having your own little small business.
Mhm.
You have a special package for realtors. We mentioned that because realtors have a little bit different issues sometimes. And trucking companies.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
We have a plan for trucking companies. And if you know that you need to go to, you lose your license if you don't, you can lose your license as a trucking company because they travel from state to state. And so we have a plan set up for them to, if they get stopped in another state, they can be able to have an attorney to be able to help them out to keep their license because that's their livelihood.
All
And we
right.
understand that. So the benefit of that is just, having that plan to protect you from state to state because it's in 50 states and 4 provinces of Canada. Truck drivers travel.
Right. And more Americans are using their Second Amendment rights, and they're taking their conceal and carry.
Yes.
That.
We have a plan for that as well.
Wow.
So if you...
God forbid you ever have to use it, but if you do...
So we have a plan to, if you have a gun that you carry around, we have a plan to where you want to know what your gun rights are, And so they give you advice on anything like that in reference to carrying. If you ever have to go to court, you have 60 hours of attorney time in court pertaining to your gun rights. Emergency calls as well, 24/7. If you have any questions or anything in reference to the way you're carrying your guns or you need license and things of that sort.
Right.
So they right there for you to answer all those questions.
Freda Allen with LegalShield, 513-967-9100. Call her this week. We need to go away for our last break. When we return, we're going to have a little visit with Rhea Davidson of the Dragonfly Foundation. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO, 99.5 FM, 107.9 FM, and 1480 AM.
The house is a rockin', don't bother knocking.
What if instead of shelling out hefty fees for a few days of legal help, you paid a monthly membership and got a law firm for life? LegalShield provides affordable, comprehensive, full-service legal and identity theft coverage. LegalShield.
LegalShield offers personal and all kinds of stuff. So call Freda. Say hi, Freda.
Hello.
We got Mike's watching, Tony's watching, Andy Furman's watching. Hey, Chuck, John Wagner. Thanks, John. Give me a call this week. Jim Grawley, Peter McCreary. Hey, Pete. I miss you in here, man. Why don't you come back to WDJO? Joe Scanlon, Kathy. All right, we got a bunch of people watching. That's fantastic. Love it. I'm going to plug it back in the studio feed.
Hit recording star Bobby Lewis. And the highlight of the evening, Steve Chuk and his rockin' band playing your favorites from Elvis's greatest hits. And his performance of other top stars like Jackie Wilson, Roy Orbison, and more. It's all coming Saturday night, August 4th. Tickets at the door or call the Jewel King store in Newport at 859-491-3461. 859-491-3461. Moonlight Gardens, Saturday night, August 4th. Call for tickets. 859-491-3461. That's 859-491-3461.
Hi, this is Dan Beebe, owner of Save Discount Drugs in Covington. At Save Discount Drugs, our focus is filling your prescriptions quickly and accurately with low pricing every day. You can count on speedy and professional service at Save Discount Drugs. Your prescription is usually filled in 15 minutes or less. If you have high deductible insurance or no insurance at all, our everyday low prices on all medications can really help you out, including select antibiotics for just $1. That's right, $1 antibiotics. Give us a call at 859-431-2857. Call and compare. See how you will save precious time and money at Save Discount Drugs. We're located in downtown Covington, 4 doors north of the Madison Theater at 716 Madison Avenue. We have free parking behind our store and a convenient back entrance. Save Discount Drugs, proudly celebrating 35 years in business. 859-431-2857. 431-2857 or online at savediscountdrugs.com.
Welcome to Mount Healthy Auto Body.
Howdy, they call me Crash. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Had a little accident, need some body work.
Well, you've come to the right place. Crash.
Oops.
That's okay. Say, why do they call you Crash?
Heck if I know.
From minor touch-ups to major mess-ups, the name you need to remember is Mount Healthy Auto Body. 521-8600. Mount Healthy Auto Body. Precision collision repair since 1930. 521-8600. Come see them at 1595 Madison Avenue, 1 block north of the Ronald Reagan Cross County Highway in beautiful Mount Healthy.
Why rent when you can own with no money down? If you're looking to become a first-time homeowner in the Cincinnati or Northern Kentucky areas, or heck, even if you haven't owned a home in the past 3 years and are now looking to buy, you may be eligible to receive up to $15,000 in homeowners assistance towards closing costs, pre-closing expenses, or even your whole down payment. That's right, you can own your own home with no money down. Find out if you qualify. Call Gary at 513-777-2402. That's Gary at 513-777-2402.
Get on. Let's rock the house.
Hey, we've been rocking and rolling this morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Gary Rossignol with RE/MAX Preferred Group, and my special guest this morning is Freda Allen with LegalShield, and her phone number is 513-967-9100. You want to call her this week and talk about LegalShield, IDSHIELD, start your own business, get the app, get covered. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to get covered. It's less than $1.25 a day to have an attorney on retainer. Next, this is the moment I wait for every week. This lady, and my little saying I sent out this morning was, smile when you walk in a room. It's like a day of sunshine. Mm-hmm. And when Rhea walks in the room, she brings the sunshine with her because she is full of smiles. She makes everyone smile in her presence. and I love sitting in meetings with her because she kicks her shoes off and goes barefooted.
I do. Well, God sent me to those shoes. I would have been born with them.
That's right. This is Rhea Davidson with the Dragonfly Foundation. Rhea, and some folks may not have heard, well, if they've been hiding in a cocoon or in a cave in Cincinnati, they may not know what the Dragonfly Foundation is, but somebody may not. Why don't you explain a little bit about what the organization is and what they do?
Sure. The Dragonfly Foundation helps pediatric cancer families and their patients find strength, courage, and joy. And we do this by providing emotional support, relational support, and practical things that really help them during the challenges of treatment and long-term survivorship.
All right. That says it all, but it goes so much further than that, Rhea. We could probably...
how do you say all the things that we do in a way that makes sense?
It's impossible. It's just impossible.
If you name it, we probably do it, with the exception of providing financial support, and we don't pay bills. But we connect families to the community if their cars need to be towed, if they need a repair person, if they need laptops in the hospital, Xbox, Wii, toys, gift cards. We do a monthly luncheon in the hospital. We have power towers, charging stations, and the parents' lounge. We did 438 patient events last year for our families. That's, ranging from 2 people going to 220 people going. But we try to do multiple events a week. We have a suite at U.S. Bank Arena for every event through 2019 and the 6,000 square foot clubhouse for our families. So it's quite a diverse array, but it's what you would want non-medically for your family if you need it. We do things hospitals can't.
Right. Mm-hmm. And your website is dragonfly.org, and if you go to that website, everything is spelled out. You have I can see that you have stuff coming up. You've got Birdies for Bluegrass coming up. You got the Firecracker Festival and Car Show. You need volunteers for the Geta Fest.
We need so many volunteers for Geta Fest.
How big is that?
Please volunteer. I believe it's like 9 shifts, and sometimes as many as 8 people per the shift.
Wow!
Over the course of 4 days.
Oh my gosh!
So you can volunteer 3 hours. You can volunteer 11 hours. But we do need people to help, and you'd be helping kids do games in the game tent, helping us with the information booth, and also providing change for people at the change table.
Just sit there and hand out your flyers and let people know where you're going to be next and how they can volunteer as well.
Exactly, and that we're worthy, that we're worthy because we're so small still, and there are people who don't know what we do. And the hospitals continuing to add more and more and more patients. And the new rankings are coming out, and we're hoping that Children's will be ranked even higher. Our goal when we started was to help Children's be number 1 as a pediatric oncology hospital. But the challenge with that is if they become number 1 or continue to rise up in the rankings, more and more families are going to want to go to the number 1 hospital in the country.
Sure.
And which is what we hope, but it also means that we have to have more resources available to support them.
I like the video on your website where the doctor reviews the Dragonfly Foundation. There he is in his white coat and his blue polka dot tie, and I mean he's a doctor. He's the
director of all cancer programs at the hospital. He's like the head guy.
And he
cancer programs.
He actually states that Dragonfly Foundation has changed the paradigm of recovery for the patients that go through Children's Hospital just because of all the special needs that you provide that they can't medically.
Right. And it's not just for the patients, it's also, changing outcomes for the families because with 50% go bankrupt in the first year. And imagine the stress on not just the parents, but the siblings and the offspring also see, you know, mom and dad crying in the corner, fighting in a corner, you know. And even though we don't provide financial support to pay rent or car payments, if we can get them to a movie, if we can get them feeling like there's hope for the future and that people care, and that we can facilitate things for them, connect them with other nonprofits that might support financial needs, or connect them with other nonprofits that might provide services like psychological services at a reduced or no cost. You know, those are things that kind of delay those financial outcomes, but make people feel like they're less alone.
Dragonfly.org, that's the website. If you want to help Dragonfly Foundation right now, you can financially do that. Get out your smartphone, your smart device, text the word WINGS, WINGS 15, WINGS 15 to 71777. That's going to open up to a very secure website where you can donate anywhere from $5 to $15 to $50 to $500, whatever makes you feel good. Thank you, Rhea. We'll talk to you next week. Remember, next week I have Cindy and John Cordell of Inspection Plus. I'd like to thank Rhea. Like to thank Freda Allen for being on the show this morning. Legal Shield 513-967-9100. If you have a real estate question or you just want to know the value of your home, call me. I'm open for business. My number is 513-777-2402. Stay tuned for Dane Donovan and the Car Tech Show right after my show. Let's put a smile on everyone's face today. This is Bluestone Ivory's live recorded version of my favorite band, Chicago, and their iconic hit, Make Me Smile.
In the park, they don't know I'm alone in the dark, even though time and time again I see your face smiling inside. I'm so happy that you love me. Life is lovely, even more when you're near me. Tell me you will stay, make me smile. Now I need you even more than ever. Yeah, yeah, no more crying. Ooh, we're together. Tell me you will stay, make me smile.
Call me, Gary Rossignol, at 513-777-2402 for your real estate needs. I want to help you. Here's a big thank you to my regular major sponsors who make this show possible, as well as RE/MAX Preferred Group. A special thanks to WDJO station manager Gary Stevens and my producer Dan Gettelfinger. Also a big thank you to my clients, friends, family, and fans of Bluestone Ivory, of course Rhea Davidson with the Dragonfly Foundation, and especially my wife Mary Jo. Until next week, keep on knocking on my rockin' houses. So long for now.
The preceding program was a paid program. Its views and opinions expressed are not necessarily those of this station or its management.
From the Twin Fair Studios, it's 1480 WDJO Cincinnati.